So I get asked every single day by buyers, first-time home buyers, real estate agents, you name it, what is the best way to be properly prepared to buy a home in this uber competitive market? Too many people out there, they get a bad pre-approval, they don't know what their credit score is, they start looking for houses based upon purchase price. You're doing it the wrong way. Here is the best way for a buyer to be prepared to get into this crazy housing market. First and foremost, get your financial house in order. What does that mean? That means if you're self-employed, get your tax returns together. That means if you're regularly employed, get your W-2s together, get your pay stubs together, get all your bank statements together. Make sure you don't have any large deposits on your bank statements, you haven't borrowed money or lent people money, that everything looks good in order and you have everything saved in one specific file so when it's time to get the loan, you have everything ready to go. So here are the most important steps. First and foremost, figure out what your budget is. So here's the biggest mistake I see. People consider the budget the purchase price of the home. That's actually ass backwards. The budget is what you can afford on a monthly basis, and next, what you can afford to put down on a property. Those two things combined will determine what your purchase price is and not the other way around. So if you want to spend, say, $3,000 per month and you have $25,000 down, what you do is you go to your loan officer and say, these are what I want to spend, this is what I got to put down, what can I afford? And that loan officer will say, you need to be in, let's say, a price range of $300,000 to $350,000. That's where you need to be looking. So that's very, very important. That allows your real estate agent also to know where you need to be looking. Next, this is super, super critical. Understand what's going on with your credit. I know all you guys get free credit from Credit Karma or maybe your credit card company, LifeLock, whatever it may be. Those are really good to use to monitor your credit, but that is not what not what a mortgage company uses. We use something called the FICO model. They're using something called the Vantage model. What you want to do is find a qualified loan officer, somebody who knows what they're doing, and have them do a credit pool to see what it looks like. Now listen, there's two types of credit pools. There's a hard pool, which hurts your credit, and there's a soft pool, which doesn't. If you're getting pre-qualified or pre-approved, find a lender that can do a soft pool. It saves your credit some points and will help you a long run. Once we look at that credit, then we can understand what your score is, what issues you have, and what we can do to get that score up to maximize the best interest rate, the lowest closing cost possible. For example, if you have a 719, right, what can we do to get you to a 720 or 740? That's super important. If you do that early, you have time to make that happen. And the last thing you need to do, and I think I see this happen all the time, especially with big lenders, your Rockets of the world and things like that, is people get what's called a pre-qualification letter. That means that you've talked to your loan officer, you've given them your information, but they haven't really looked at your total financial situations. You want what's called a full pre-approval letter. That means the lender, this is what we do here at Loan Pronto, we pull a soft pool, we look at your income and assets, that's the stuff I told you at the beginning you need to get ready, and we actually send the loan to an underwriter to make sure that when you get the property, that you can get a full approval on it with no questions asked. There's nothing worse than getting an offer accepted. You get the loan in underwriting and you hit the skids because all of a sudden you find out that, hey, the income was wrong or the assets were wrong or you truly can't afford this. That could cause you to lose a lot of money in due diligence and earnest, and also has caused you a lot of undue stress. So what you want to make sure you do is get a full pre-approval by a qualified loan officer. And if it can be underwritten, that's even better. So listen, if you're buying a house, let's go through the skin, get your financial house in order, get all of your documentation together, all your income, all your assets. Next, find out what you can actually afford on a monthly basis, then get your credit score figured out and get a full pre-approval letter. If you can do all those things in advance, when you find the property you love, you'll be ready to hit the ground running. You'll be able to do a quick escrow, quick closing, and do it confidently knowing that you are prepared to buy.